Welcome, friends. This is AnishforU, and today we're going to build this particular building. It is obviously I'm skipping a lot because this particular building is not easy to done. It is took more than 5 hours to complete it totally. So it takes a long time. So I'm going to give you these small tour here and there. These rooms are very small and not very spacious because it is not a literally practical building in that sense. It is depicted from the reference picture, so it is normally slightly difficult to manage all those goods stuff and all those things. So it is really tough to actually make the building because a lot of small parts and different aspect ratio I have to maintain to make it looks as close as the reference photo. So that makes the building slightly non-practical. So as you can already see, a lot of items are already in present here. Food, kitchen and all that stuff. There is some great balcony. As you can see, there is really nice details in the top of the roof, and there is also a tower, but it is not obviously usable because it is really thin in sense. So it is quite thin. So there is also downstairs. The main portion is downstairs. So that's it. It is quite small house. Inside of it is quite small, but it's actually very big from outside. A lot of details are included here, and normally my build are not that much detail oriented. So fast for everything, I think. So I like that picture because this portion is totally not custom made, but I got a very good location very quickly, and I start building. There is this area is very perfect for this particular build. Obviously, a lot of mesh thing are there. So I already use the newest building parts, Ashland building parts, and black marble and normal stones. So a lot of stuff new, lot of stuff old. So it is quite a nice looking building. So let's drive in to start our building process. And the main thing is the location. And so this location is quite nice here right now. So it is almost nothing I modified here up to this point. I didn't modify a lot. So this is a really nice big area, and I'm just make some flat area for the building, and that is the road. That long one is road. So we have to mark it down first with the normal beams, because it is really essential, as you all know how I build normally. So that's it. Actually, I plan to build it without stone first, but actually stone building, normally this is going to be a totally stone building. So I'm going to start with the stone foundation, and I make it slightly bigger because otherwise I have to dig it a lot of earth. I have to move a lot of earth, so I'm just making it slightly bigger or slightly higher, the foundation. And you can easily do whatever you like to do. If you make the building foundation high, your accessibility maybe slightly became problematic, but otherwise it is not that big deal. And there is going to be a portion of extended part of the building, as you see in the trailer, and this is quite nice. So I have to make a extended part here in the front. So there's going to be some down or down area, not down area, whatever it is, like a slope or some space is there. And we have to make the outline of the road first, so we can dig it down a little bit. We have to dig it properly to make it almost as low as the water level, but I'm not going to make it watery and all that. So we make it slightly down, slightly, not a huge amount, but it's quite enough to make a balcony looking area here. So as you can see here, we already did it, and I'm going to elaborate this part only. Actually very bright light here, very problematic to build. Sometimes the daylight actually makes the build very problematic. So I use the small arches and just make a normal sign, this arch sign, and place a normal 2x1 beam, stone beam. And you cannot put the beam or the arch independent of each other, so you have to complete one set and then you have to complete that. You have to do that. So I have to do the arch, then yes, you cannot place. So for my case, it is problematic, but you can easily align with the slab. If you align with the slab, you can easily do that. You can put those iron beam, or you can put those normal stone pillar. It is similar to each other, so it looks similar, but maybe in daylight it doesn't look same. So it's quite easy to build this structure, this design. And if you already didn't notice, you can easily see it is slightly different what I actually build in normal not in my builds. I'm not actually that much detail oriented, so we're putting another curve, and we are almost done. We make a stair here, and we're preparing to build that particular area. It is balcony or gateway type of place, and we are using this small curve a lot because actually it looks very nice, and I'm actually using it quite frequently. The big curve is good, but there is not a lot of place to use it, so I like this small one. Now we have to place the tower. For tower you can use the iron beam, or you can just use these flammable pillar, but it is quite easy to get the iron beam, so you don't have to use a flammable pillar, because both carrying capacity are same. And now you have to make a arch like that, and if you had a problem with that, you can use it is not going to snap, so you have to click the shift key, and you just have to manually adjust the area of contact, and you can easily place that. And we're placing these big beams and these big column. I place it slightly downwards, so that's why it is not attaching here. It is quite easy to place it like that. So as you can see here, it is quite easy to mishmash this exact part, these big beams and columns. Quite easy. You can make the structure in no time. And these arches actually looks quite nice, because we previously didn't have any this particular looking arches, so it's actually looks very nice. So lot of building, lot of castle build, we can put it here. And normally we are making a small castle on the top of that. Obviously it is not going to be accessible from so it is accessible, but it is not going to be useful in that sense. So that's another thing. We make some passage and some windows, but we are going to change it later. So after that tower, we are going to make another part where we are going to place a balcony and a pathway, almost like that, pathway. We're placing it like that. We're done it similarly to cover it up, and actually looks quite nice, this cross look. Now we're going to put these railing and some the small one, not that one obviously, the small one, to make some railing, nice looking railing. If it is not snap, you don't have to worry, you can snap it in the connecting part. It's quite nice looking. And then at that side we're going to make a door, and it is going to be a two-tier door. Not means two-tier door, that means a two-tier building, and we already completed. So we're going to place some roof on. It looks quite nice. These are the new roof, so it is quite hard to build that. On the other side of the building, we just continue the structure and make a door, and we're going to continue that previous part. And it is slightly problematic. These extended new area or new building. Its actually structural integrity is little lower because it is not very properly connected to the structure previous foundation, so it is slightly problematic to build that part. In another part of the video, another part of the building, we are going to make the big window here. This is a window on the top of the side entrance. So it actually looks nice. So we put some stones here to make the structure. It actually works quite well with the stone arches, and we put some flammable column and just fill it up with the stone and put some roof on. So it's quite nice to look at it here. You can put a lot of decoration by placing these small beam, and we're going to close it up here. So up to the roof. So this is going to be a structural part, and it is not going to be a building part. It is going to be a open area. Just so there you go. We are making some building. We're making some part here, this roof here, and actually, as you can see here, if I'm trying to put it there, it is not going to happen. So you can just place the flame metal column here, or any beam, or not iron beam or flame metal column, to make it strengthen it or something like that. So you already know it is quite problematic to these any kind of structure. When you make it, it is quite problematic to cover it up with any other things. So for this particular case, it is really hard to cover it up with these small beam. So we have to place the big column. These the big beams, but the big columns, we can use that, and we can just cover it up, these flammable pillars, and we are using it. We're using shift to just manually put it like that. So it is covered now. You can put any kind of decoration here and there. We are intentionally placing some extended part on the roof, because normally it actually looks nice, but other than that, it's actually this extended part not going to happen in sideways. So in front and back, we are trying to do that. This roof actually looks quite nice, quite nice looking. There is some texture there, but I don't like to use it very often. If you're in Ashland or something like that, you can use it, because you need the shielding. But other than that, it is not that necessary if you're trying to make it in meadows or something like that. So that's it. We have to divide every part of the building here. As you can see here, we are using the stone structure, because Obviously we are using these big stone wall because we need the structural capacity to go high, so we can place some roof on the top. So that's the main reason using these stone pillar. Otherwise we are going to use normal small one, this smaller one. So here we are going to place the roof for this particular building or this particular part. So as you can see, there is a lot of part. Its capacity goes down. So what I need to do is place a lot of support from underneath, and you can easily see here. So I need to place some structure underneath. Any kind of structure means iron beam or the flame metal column, and you can just easily do it by placing it here, almost slightly close to the base or the foundation, and cover it up with the small stone structure. It is going to be not easy because this kind of structure, this kind of stone structure are very fragile in that sense, because their capacity goes out very quickly. So after putting some structural strengthening or putting some beams and columns and all that, we can we achieve the structure. It is almost done. The structure only this part is remaining, and even after that it actually looks quite nice from the top view. It's quite nice, but be wary when you make the structure, because this is not a planned building, so a lot of things have to do. So I already, you can see here, I also changed the windows of the tower, make it small, make it big, and place some stuff like that. It's actually quite nice to build anything or other people's inspiration. If I had to make it on my own, I'm not going to make any kind of detailed design building, because I'm normally not like that. I'm very practical, so I'm going to make a very boring looking house. It's not going to be roofed or anything like that, but it's going to be very squarey, very boring looking, and some sort of 5 years old building. It's going to be very practical, but it's not going to be look good. So that is the main reason I'm always trying to make something out of any reference or any inspiration video or any kind of other parts or other things, because I'm kind of lack of imagination, so I'm not going to do a lot of design and all that if I'm trying to build it. But for this particular building, I had to do a huge number of detailing. So as you can see here, for making the structure or the throne room, I already had a plan, but I didn't implement it previously. So right now I'm going to do it inside this very small place. So I'm going to make a stone whatever throne, and then I'm placing the throne itself. So that is the main reason I'm trying to build it like that. But this is not going to be a full-fledged version of what I actually think of. It is not going to be that big, but it's going to be slightly smaller scale. As you can see here, it's a perfect match size wise. and if you place it like that, it's actually looks quite nice. It doesn't look that nice what I actually imagine, but it's quite something. And now we are going to make some decoration inside the building, outside the building. And obviously there is a lot of stuff here and there, and you can just make it beautiful by putting some finishing touches and all that. Normally I don't do that, but for these videos sake I have to do it. And as you can see, a lot of space in this building I didn't use. I'm just covering up with some curtains and all that. So don't worry, if you just make this particular building, you're going to have a lot of space. I can even use some furnace in here. I can put some furnace in there, or kilt and all that. It is a stone structure, so it is going to be supportive of that. But I didn't do that. Place some meeting place. Actually, this table actually looks quite nice here. It is an empty space, so I'm just cover it up with some locks, whatever, and then cover it up with a big table and put some good food, and that's it. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and please help us grow, and see you next time. Bye bye.